go. Welcome to Jerry Savage Court. I'm Carson Ware. With me is Matthew Smolka. The Dons are set to take on the Gilman Greyhounds. We're just before tip. Tip controlled by the Greyhounds. Jalen Rucker brings it up.
Don's coming off a big win against Calvert Hall on Friday night.
Yep, 45 points from Kenny Lewis, a historic performance.
And that's a miscue by the Greyhounds.
Early turnover. Loyola will take over. Hallaby brings it up. Norris looking for a cutter. Finds Lewis. First points for Loyola. Madison. He'll dish it off. Here's Rucker. Good defense by the Dons. There's a three. Off the mark. Lewis has it. Transition opportunity. Takes it all the way. Nelson out to Norris. Over to Shaw. Some nice ball movement here. Lewis a three.
Mikey Willis on the rebound for Gilman.
Rucker to the basket. And a nice pass.
Oh.
Good defense
Patrick Norris
there.
got a piece of that shot there.
Number 5, Patrick Norris, the senior captain. Hallaby, runner's good. There's a screen. Back up top to Rucker. He'll take a three. That's good. Gilman's on the board.
Don's playing without Duban Nake tonight. He's out with an illness.
Halby. And that's a kickball. Halby's really come into his own. 18 points against Calvert Hall. He'll look to have a performance like that tonight. They'll need it.
It's got to be tough if you're Hallaby. At 5'8", he's the smallest guy in the court in almost every game, but he's one of the Don's biggest contributors this season.
Still manages to have an impact, yes. Nearly a steal. Lewis takes it in. In and out. Rucker will look to push the pace. Over to the wing. A foul and the basket. Brandon Madison. Ah, but they're going to say it's on the floor. So that basket will not count for Madison.
Gilman's bench is pretty upset about that call. It certainly could have gone either way. That's Kim and Shaw's first foul tonight.
Up top. And Gilman will set up the offense. Rucker. Pass to the corner. And a travel. Michael Willis, the junior. And another turnover for Gilman. Lewis. Shaw. Nice move. No good. Nelson got position underneath. First points for Cortland Nelson. 6-3.
One of the things the Dons are really going to have to work on tonight is going to be rebounding.
And there's a steal by Lewis, and he was fouled.
Loyola's been out-rebounded in many of their games this season.
A hair under 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Hallaby gives it up. Nelson a good fake and gets the basket. Cortland Nelson makes it 8-3. Good strength there from Nelson. In and out on the free throw. Norris taps it out. And he'll be called for a foul there. Shaw digging in on defense. Rucker gets a screen. There's a three. Off the mark. Nelson grabs it. Fires it off to Hallaby, and he'll look to push the pace. Shaw, three. That's good. Cameron Shaw makes it 11-3. We're about halfway down the first quarter now. And Gilman's only been able to score one time.
Oh.
And nice defense. Shaw ahead of the pack for the layup. And he was fouled.
That was a great play there by Cameron Shaw to get a piece of that pass.
Yep, active hands, active hands. And Gilman needs a timeout. So a nice run by Loyola. They're up 8 early.
Now, this is definitely a good start for Loyola so far. Be able to get out 8 points ahead in this game. And this is definitely a game that they should be able to win.
It's been a real team effort here. 4 for Nelson. Shaw's had a couple baskets. Kenny Lewis got in there. But I really like what I'm seeing on the defensive end from Loyola. Just allowing 3 points.
Yeah, if you can hold any team to 3 points in 4 minutes, you're setting yourself up for the win.
And beating St. Francis, beating Calvert Hall. Looks like they've really been on the rise lately. Look to keep that going into the playoffs.
Yep, speaking of the playoffs, the Dons only have 2 wins in the A Conference this year. Gilman only has 1. So if the Dons can get a win this, they can try and reduce the deficit between themselves and Boys Latin, who are currently 5 games ahead of them in the conference.
Shaw will shoot his free throws. Shaw hits his first. Second free throw for Cameron Shaw. Made them both. Rucker brings it across. Here's a screen. Nelson with some good defense. Nelson more good defense. And now Nelson by himself lays it in.
Great defense
15-3. And now Gilman will look to push the pace. Madison. Well, that's Rucker. And now Lewis, on an outlet pass from Patrick Norris, lays it in. 17-3. About 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Loyola up big already.
Greyhounds reset at the top of the key.
To the basket, rejected by Nelson. Defense has been stifling so far for Loyola. Shaw, another three, and it's good.
The Dons are on fire tonight.
17-point lead. And here's Rucker.
3 minutes up in the first quarter. The score is Dons 20.
And another bad pass. Lewis out of the pack. He's fouled. Excellent run here by Loyola. We get some subs here for Gilman.
Charlie Darby, Will Harris, and Jordan Foster checking in for the Greyhounds. And if you're Gilman right now, you can't like what you're seeing.
Gonna need to have a long talk at the end of the first quarter here. Just seems like a lack of effort. Bunch of turnovers. Shaw inside, knocked away. And Gilman ball.
Ref suddenly went off of Shaw's foot there.
Rucker still running that point. Here's Madison. Harris. Now to Rucker. Rucker gets inside and banks it off the glass. Jalen Rucker.
Only a sophomore for the Greyhounds, starting point guard.
And Gilman's got it to 15. Hallaby calls out a play. Patrick Norris, senior captain. Inside to Nelson. Good strength off the glass.
Cortland Nelson's really been playing well tonight. He's gotten several rebounds, and he's had to have several points by now.
And now stripped by Hallaby. Excellent defense there. Hallaby will look to push the pace, takes it up, and lays it in. 24-5. And now Gilman looks to push the pace again. Madison. Madison inside, out to Harris. Into the corner. Nice extra pass there. Can't finish the three. Nelson. And he'll slow it down. Shaw. Now lead it to Kenny. Coach Tavalli calls out a play. Nelson on the inside uses his strength and banks it in. Cortland Nelson doing a bulk of the scoring for Loyola. And we're under a minute here in the first. Rucker. Out to Harris. That's a two. No good. Rebound Norris. 45 seconds left. Hallaby brings it up. Nelson in the post. Out up top. Norris. Three ball. And an out. Rucker pushing it. Looks for a pass. Madison.
Rucker. Seconds left.
Shot clock's off. And there's a three. Off the mark. Rebound by Karras. Pass it out to Rucker. Inside. That's good.
7 seconds left.
Rucker banks it off the glass. Got to get it into somebody.
It to Lewis.
Kenny with only a couple seconds left to go. Kenny did get off the shot. And he hit it!
My. Kenny Lewis.
Lewis at the buzzer. Took it all the way down the court and hit the three.
Man, Kenny Lewis has really been the force behind this Loyola team this year.
And 29-7 after one. Don's up big. Good job on the defensive end.
Yeah, absolutely. Holding Gilman to 7 points in the first 8 minutes.
Forcing a lot of turnovers and then turning them into easy baskets on the other end. And you got to think that Coach Tavalli is very, very happy with how his team's been playing.
Absolutely. You have a 22-point lead at the end of the first quarter. One thing the Dons have to make sure is not to get too complacent.
Looking back to the beginning of the year, you see almost losing the game to Indian Creek, an out-of-conference opponent, and now they've beaten St. Francis, Calvert Hall, and now they're up 22 points after one to Gilman.
Now this Loyola team is really coming back together here near the end of the season.
Kenny Lewis, of course, the driving force at the center of the team, but many other players like Nelson, Hallaby, Shaw, they've all contributed.
Absolutely. This is a real team effort for the Dons.
Watson's going to come on in, and same with Hepting and Chid Nake. Chid, the best rebounder on the team. And Hepting, just a sophomore, he'll run the point. Watson. Lewis. Hepting looks to take it inside and throws it away. But
Chid
good job by
Nake.
Nake. An effort play. Sets up Kenny for a three. Way short. Rucker brings it up. Good hands by Watson. Rucker to the corner. Madison to the basket using his strength. And Hepting's going to pick up a foul. And two shots.
That was one of the best possessions Gilman had.
For the junior. Got to get the ball inside when you're down big like this. Stop the clock, gets at the free throw line a little bit.
Yeah, and there's still a lot of time left for Gilman. If you're Loyola, you don't want to get too comfortable with this big lead. You got to keep the pedal to the metal.
Yes. First free throw was a make. Let's see if he can go 2 for 2. Got them both. Hepting, inbound. Kenny Lewis. Patrick Norris inside. Chidnake traveled.
Quick start from Gilman here.
Inside. Couldn't finish the basket.
They
Foul's
certainly seem to
gonna
be
go on
coming out in the second
Chidnake.
quarter with much more intensity than they showed in the previous quarter.
And 2 more free throws for Brandon Madison. First one's good. Madison, the junior. He's put together a pretty good stat line throughout the first quarter. Got a sub here. Florenzo is going to come on in.
The junior now
Norris, senior captain, checks out. Watson brings it up, and they broke the pressure. Out to Lewis. Hepting a 3. Off the mark. And out of bounds.
That's just unlucky for the Greyhounds.
Foster couldn't handle it, and Loyola will get another crack at this.
And if you're Gilman, you can't give Loyola these extra possessions, especially when you're down 18.
Throw it backcourt. Watson picks it up. Lewis thought about a 3. Over to Watson. Now the swing it to Hepting. Florenzo out to Hepting. And Hepting walked. Jalen Rucker. Madison inside, out to Rucker. That's a 3. Off to the side. Here's Kenny. And Kenny will slow it down. Screen by Chidnake. Over to Hepting in the corner, Watson. Hepting up top, and they'll reset. Lewis, a 3. Off the mark.
Way downtown.
And rebound to Chidnake. Nice effort play, and he's fouled.
That's a good job by Chidnake using his height there.
Like I mentioned earlier, great rebounder, and gets Loyola an extra possession there. For the Greyhounds, we got Drew Ehrlich checking in. And Sandy also with him. Free throw's good by Chid. Shaw is going to check in, and Kenny Lewis will come out. See how Loyola plays now. Lewis, their big scorer, out. Let's see how they respond to this. Loyola going with a small lineup here, besides Chid. And the rebound to Florenzo. Great job off the free throw.
That's another offensive
Dons will
rebound for
reset.
Loyola.
Hepting. Chid.
Whoa, that's a
Hepting.
wild pass. Good job by Watson to hold on to that one.
Back up top. Shaw, that's a 3. Bit short there. And almost another offensive rebound. Hepting off to stop this fast break. Tries to take a charge. Rucker scores.
Rucker just managed to get around that charge by Hepting.
Hepting pressured by Madison. Gives it to Watson. Watson back to Hepting. Shaw. Throw it back up top. Watson inside. Floats it up. Off the mark.
Nake again on the
And
rebound.
another
And putback
rebound.
is good.
Chid having an impact. Just checked in.
He has 3 rebounds so far in his first 3 minutes of play.
And now a
Strip by
steal by
Watson.
Watson. 1-on-1. And Watson scores. 34-13. Rucker on the inside. I'll pass that out. Inside and a travel. Madison.
Now
Took too
checking
many
in for the
steps.
Greyhounds, Charlie Darby and Michael Willis back into the game.
Hepting's out for Loyola. Hallaby checks back in. Watson breaks the press. Now Shaw thought about a 3. Up top to Hallaby. They'll reset the offense.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do if you're Loyola right now is to take bad shots and allow the Greyhounds get back into this.
Got to
It's
get
better
the best
to
shot
wait.
that you can on every possession. And Florenzo couldn't handle it. Kind of a low pass there. Nelson's coming in, and Flo's going to come out. Rucker calls out a play. And there's a 3. That's good. Drew Ehrlich knocks it down. Watson taking his time. Over to Hallaby, nearly a steal. Hallaby on the inside, and Nake was blocked. And they're going to call a foul. Nake will shoot 2.
There's 4 minutes to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, about
and Loyola
halfway through the second quarter.
with a 34-16 lead.
Too good from the line. Rucker to the basket. Out. That's a 3. And good again. Charlie Darby. Shaw. Nearly threw it away. Watson. Good defense that time by Gilman. What? Rucker. Deep 3.
Rebounded by
Watson.
Shaw.
Watson will bring it up. Looking for Nelson in the post. Comes a screen from Nake, and he carried. So good defense here from Gilman. And they've cut the lead to just 17.
The Dons definitely don't want to allow Gilman to get anywhere close to this one because
No, slowly but surely, Gilman is crawling back into this one. Here we go. We got Kenny checking back in. Rucker to the basket. And there's another 3. That's good again for Gilman.
it's true. Loyola has really suffered without Kenny Lewis on the
Another
floor
one
for
for
them.
Ehrlich. Loyola's got to be careful here. They still have a decent lead, but just dwindling
Life is
away.
coming back into the Greyhound bench.
Shaw, baseline drive, charge. And Kenny's out. Kenny's in. Chidnake checks out. Good couple of minutes for Chidnake.
Absolutely.
Gilman looks to slow it down. About 2 minutes to go here in the first half. There's another 3. Good again.
Gilman is on fire now.
Ehrlich. He's hit 3 threes.
The lead now is down to 11. It had been 21.
Loyola ball. Norris, senior captain, gonna check back in. Shaw, the junior, comes out.
Loyola now, pretty much all their starting lineup is now back onto the court.
Watson. Open 3. Loyola can't get anything to go right now.
Momentum is definitely swinging Gilman's way now.
And we've just gone under 2 minutes. Rucker off the hand of Norris. And a nice pass.
The Dons have to buckle down on defense. They have to stop the bleeding here. And a steal
Bad
by the
pass from
Greyhounds.
Nelson.
The refs move together to consult.
Foul's going to go on Patrick Norris.
Head coach Josh Adwali is not happy with that call.
Now Rucker brings it up. And Gilman will look to cut into this lead some more. It's just 9 now. Norris digs in on defense. 20 to shoot. To the basket. Rucker. No good off the glass. Rebound Norris. Here they go now. They get it to Kenny. Kenny looks for an opening. Sees one inside.
Sandy came down with the rebound there for Gilman, but he was out of bounds when he caught the ball.
Kenny the inbound. Lewis has it in the corner. Another look to swing. Norris. Back up top to Watson. Inside out. Wide open three for Kenny. Off the
In
mark.
and out.
Watson nearly grabbed it.
That's a great steal
And
by
now
Watson.
great effort by the Dons.
Oh, he missed it.
Miss, but Norris gets 2
That was a much-needed basket there for Loyola.
and leads back up to double digits. 40 seconds to go. Rucker, spin move.
Foul on Amari Watson. And
that
an
basket
one
will count.
for Jalen
We're gonna say
Rucker.
continuation. One shot coming up for Rucker.
A chance to make it a three-point play here and cut the lead to 8 for Gilman.
And Coach Chevalier is not happy about that one. Free throw's no good. Nelson controls the rebound. Loyola will slow it down. Look for the last shot.
25 seconds left in the half. No shot clock.
Hallaby dribbles around. 15 seconds. And now Kenny's got it. 10
Coach
seconds.
Cavalli calls out a play there. Hallaby switches to Watson.
Kenny may have been fouled there, and there's the end of the quarter.
And that really wasn't a very good last possession for Loyola. They had 20 seconds to come up with the play.
Looked like some confusion there on the last couple of seconds.
So now we'll go into the halftime with Loyola up 38-29.
Jerry Savage Court, but the Dons lead the Gilman Greyhounds 38-29. We just had to start things here in the second half. And a good first half from Loyola, but they did slip off a bit in the second quarter.
Yeah, it was 29-7 Loyola at the end of the first quarter, and now it's 38-29. So the Greyhounds went on a 29 run in the second quarter.
Yep, a spirited comeback, and now we'll see how things turn out in the second half. Gilman will start with it. Madison's going to bring it up. Kenny Lewis digging in on defense.
Defense is one thing that Dons have to focus on. They played very, very good defense in the first quarter.
Yes,
they got a bit sloppy in the second quarter.
There's a foul. And it's going to be an illegal screen on Gilman. So Loyola get the ball right back. And Loyola's going to try to break the press. Shaw, and they get it across. Halley pull up Jay, and that's good. Gilman. Here's Madison. Gets a screen. Now he's got one-on-one with Norris. Nearly a steal by Shaw, and now it's 5-on-4. 3 ball, no good. But the rebound to Gilman, and they can't finish it off. Nelson pulls down another board. Here's Kenny.
The Dons out-rebounded the Greyhounds in the first half.
Somehow it ends up in the hands of Nelson, and he scores.
So defense and rebounding are going to be the keys that Loyola needs if they want to win this game.
Yep, shut down
throughout the game.
Shut down this Gilman team on defense, which they did not do on that possession, but they catch a break. Halloway brings it up, gets it across. And a beautiful pass into Nelson. Timeout Gilman. And it's 44.
And Nelson have really been working well together. Nelson already has 6 or 7 rebounds and about 10 points so far.
Yep, good game from him so far. Remember, he had a couple key rebounds in that Calvert Hall victory. And it's carried over to this game as well.
Now, the Dons are working together much better as a unit tonight than they have most of the season.
Loyola just off a loss to Mount St. Joe. But it looks like they've rebounded very well from that. And just kind of put it in the back of their mind.
Which is a tough team to play against. They're number 1 in the state and 15-0 in the conference.
Very tough team. Loyola also played them in the beginning of the season. Lost that time, too. Gilman getting set on offense here. Madison with a fake. Gilman has to reset their offense.
There on the inside.
Another 3.
Number 12,
no good.
Drew Ehrlich has been the corner shooter for Gilman.
Fakes the pass. Norris, bad pass. Ends up in the hands of Gilman. And there's a foul. It's going to go on J.J. Hallaby. Got some subs here for Gilman. Alex Bauman and Charlie Darby are going to check in. First free throw is no good. And now the sub comes in for Gilman.
Michael Willis checks out of the game. Darby, the 6'2" senior, now in.
Second free throw is good, and another sub now. Will Harris. And Sandy's going to check out. Loyola looks to break this press. Cam Shaw. Hallaby, and they get it across. Hallaby dribbles into traffic. Now to Shaw. Looking to post up Nelson. He's got him there. Double team coming. Nelson fouled. Couldn't hit the shot. I like what I'm seeing here from Cortland Nelson.
Yeah, Cortland Nelson, he's had a phenomenal game for Loyola.
And Nelson will shoot 2 here.
Amari Watson now into the game for Patrick Norris.
Nelson's got them both from the line.
Cortland Nelson has to be looking at a double-double tonight, Carson.
Definitely is a dual threat. He's got some rebounding, and he can also score the basketball. Cortland Nelson. Swift crossover. And
Amari
lost the
Watson
ball.
pokes it away.
Halaby looking to push the pace. Oh. Very nice play there by Will Harris.
Yeah, he came from behind all the way up the court and blocked the layup by Watson. Lewis inbounds to Halaby.
Watson. Shaw in the corner. Halaby up top. Lewis. Wow.
That was from way downtown.
And Matt, you got to think that's really going to stretch out Gilman's defense, knowing that Lewis can shoot from that long of a distance.
Yeah, and the Dons have done a better job in the second half. The lead is back up to 19 for Loyola.
They came out with the same intensity that they had in the first quarter.
Yep.
And they lost it a bit in the second, but
Yeah,
it
once
seems
again,
that
they just can't get complacent.
And that's going to be a steal. Watson hits the deck. And we'll have a jump ball. Coach Davale was trying to call a timeout, but I guess the referees didn't hear him.
Amari Watson, 4 steals tonight. He's really been a defensive player for the Dons.
Halaby, Watson, and they get it across. And a tee is going to go on the Gilman coach.
J.J. Halaby to shoot the free throws for Loyola. And Gilman's coach is certainly not happy right now. The referee and the head coach from Gilman having some words now. Owen Daly, the head coach for Gilman varsity basketball.
And that one's good. And now possession for Loyola. Halaby's going to bring it up. Watson looks to take his man one-on-one. He's got Shaw on the corner. Watson gets some penetration. Now Halaby, nice fake inside. That one's good. And the foul.
That was a nice move by J.J. Halaby.
One thing we've seen, Matt, Halaby's really come into his own here.
Oh yeah, that was a nice move there by Halaby. He switched hands as he drove and got the N1.
Beginning of the season was doing all right, but having a bit of a tough time getting a shot. And he's really come on now. And his free throw's good.
His speed and quickness really allowed him to penetrate to the basket and give him another inside threat the Dons need.
Yep. Madison has the ball near half court. Nobody's moving for Gilman. Comes a pick now. Madison on the inside and a foul.
It's a good job for Brandon Madison, the Gilman junior. He's had a fairly nice game for Gilman.
Yes, he has.
He's been one of the few offensive threats that Gilman's managed to get going.
Madison's getting to the line consistently here and hitting his free throws. Four minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Second free throw for Madison. And he got them both.
Score. Loyola has a 22-point lead.
Now some pressure by Gilman. Madison's put himself a nice game together. Watson to the basket, rejected again.
He went down hard. Joshua Davale looking upset. There was no foul called.
And Watson may be hurt.
He did get up slowly, and he did land hard there. Will Harris on the block.
And Coach Chevalier very upset about that one. There was some contact there.
There certainly was. And he did have some words with the referee.
Madison on the inside, can't get the roll, and Nelson's going to push the pace now. I'll give it back to Kenny Lewis. Shaw thought about a three. Watson Shaw looks for a cutter. Finds Nelson. Nelson with the spin.
Nelson
Fakes.
working low.
And now Gilman pushing the pace. And a foul call.
Foul called there on Cortland Nelson. It's only his first foul in the game.
Gilman to inbound. Rucker. Double team by Loyola. And that's going to be an easy look for Madison when he blows the layup.
Lewis now.
Lewis pull up tray. No good.
There comes Madison.
Kick out. Rucker's got one-on-one with Hallaby. Falls down in the corner. Extra pass. 3 for Madison is good.
That was a good hustle play from Rucker.
Yes,
As he
it
was
was.
falling out of bounds, he swung the ball back around and allowed the Gilman to get a three-pointer.
54-35. And Watson was fouled. Third quarter winding down here.
3 minutes remaining.
With the Dons head 54-35 still. Watson's going to get a couple of free throws.
Charlie Darby there.
And a
Senior.
timeout.
2 fouls from Charlie Darby.
Fantastic job by Loyola in this quarter to really come out strong.
Yeah, they managed to increase their lead by 10. They had a rough second quarter, but they managed to get it back up to a 19-point lead here with 2:54 remaining in the third quarter.
And we'll see if Gilman can get that three-point shooting back on track here. They were hitting consistently in the second quarter. It's kind of faded away now.
Yep, I think Loyola's definitely played much better defense here in the third quarter.
Yes. A lot of steals causing turnovers.
I think definitely Amari Watson has been a presence on the defensive end. He has 4 or 5 steals for the Dons tonight.
Watson, he'll get his free throws now. Good on the first one. Watson's free throw is no good. Nelson looking to tap it into the hands of Shaw. Shaw up with it. Tapped by Nelson. Goes to Shaw again, and a foul. Good effort play by the Dons.
Great rebounding there for the Dons. That was 3 straight offensive rebounds in a row.
That's one facet of the game that they have dominated tonight, rebounding.
And that's one that they're going to have to continue to dominate if they want a chance to make it into the playoffs.
And they're doing most of this without Chid Nake, their best rebounder. He's had limited minutes tonight.
And that's also because of how well Cortland Nelson's been playing. A double-double tonight.
Shaw, a very reliable free throw shooter, knocks in the first one. And 2 from the line from Cameron Shaw.
Cortland
But
Nelson.
a violation is going to be called on Cortland Nelson.
That's going to be a holding foul called on Cortland Nelson. His second foul on the game.
Just about 2.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
Chid Nake will check back in.
Along with Connor Hepting. Baseline J had a lot of arc on it. And the rebound's tracked down by Gilman. Madison, the easy layup, can't convert. Saved to Gilman.
That's a good hustle play by Jalen Rucker to knock that ball as it was going out off the knee of Amari Watson. It'll be Gilman basketball underneath the hoop.
Shaw and Nelson checking out.
And Nelson gets a standing ovation from the coaches as he checks back down.
Really like what I've seen from him tonight.
Gilman missed the quick inbound.
And he walked. Mistake there from Ehrlich.
Yeah, Drew Ehrlich, number 12. He's really been having a tough time shooting the three. He's been taking several threes from the corner, but he hasn't quite been getting the looks he needed.
Hepting fires it off to Hallaby. Kenny Lewis. Hepting. Sets in motion, lob inside to Nake, and he scores.
Nake got that look. Drew Ehrlich slipped while he was guarding Nake in the middle of the floor. That allowed the Dons to get an easy bucket.
Step back. Thought about a J. And now it's going to be a push on Chidnake. And an inbound for Gilman.
Each team with 6 fouls in this third quarter.
And some penetration, a kick out, and a 3.
That's good motion from Gilman there. And good vision from Rucker to shift it over to Jordan Foster for the
Rucker
3.
just was faster than Nake that time. Watson, in and out dribble move. Now crosses over and gets it across. Kenny Lewis in the corner. Thought about a 3. Hallaby and they'll reset. Hepting up top. Kenny Lewis gets inside. Chidnake into Hepting, out to Hallaby. 10 to shoot. Hallaby pull up is good.
And one thing people don't really appreciate about J.J. Hallaby is that he has quite a vertical. As a small guy, he can really get up in the air and get over those defenders for the shot.
J.J. Hallaby with an impressive performance tonight. And a travel.
That's another one of those turnovers from Gilman that they really have not needed. They've had several travels this quarter. That's really cost them on the offensive end.
Jordan Foster. Lewis on the inside, and that's no good. Rebound to Madison. Don's back on defense. Good defense that time from Chidnake. But the bucket is still good for Madison. Float pass for Connor Hepting.
Gilman's beginning to look a little desperate on the defensive end. That's a nice steal there by Jalen Rucker.
Just picked his pocket, and now no foul by Hallaby, and Rucker is going to get the bucket.
Yeah, that's really not very good basketball IQ there from Hallaby. If you're up 20, you really don't need to go for the block there.
Yeah, Watson's going to hold for the last shot.
20 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Chidnake. And now Watson.
Let's see if the Dons can get a good shot here at the end of the second quarter. They really didn't
See what happens now. Hallaby off a screen. He was fouled. 7.2 remains. And 1-1. Gilman's over the team fouls.
J.J. Hallaby missed that one, but he's probably
no
team's
good.
best
Gilman will get the last shot
shooter.
now. Surprising miss that time from Hallaby. And in and out. Follow with the buzzer. No good.
And Sandy there could have had the putback, but he was clearly conscious of the time on the clock and maybe didn't quite settle the ball for the chance he needed to take that shot.
And Loyola really putting the hammer down here in the third quarter. Fourth quarter coming back up, but we'll take a short break. Start up here with the Dons ahead 61-42 with 8 minutes of play left. Matt, what do you think Gilman can do to get back into this one?
Well, I think one thing you have to do is they have to get more offensive penetration. You know, the Dons defense has really been good tonight. Gilman's been having trouble getting good possessions to score on.
Always a key, getting to the basket.
For Loyola, though, I think they just have to stay consistent and keep to the fundamentals. Keep playing good defense and don't give any stupid plays. Just play good basketball these last 8 minutes.
And also for Loyola, use the clock to your advantage as Ehrlich hits a 3.
Yeah, Robert Ehrlich, their long-distance shooter for the night, as Gilman switches to the press.
We got some full-court pressure from Gilman here, and that's going to lead to an easy
nice
basket for
ball
Nake.
fake. from Chidnake. He had 3 defenders go for the block, and no one was on the ground for an easy layup there.
Foul's going to go on Amari Watson. He picks up another personal.
Jalen Rucker to the line for Gilman, and he's really had a good game for them.
He really has done a bulk of the scoring. The sophomore got a bright future.
He's played almost every minute
on this Gilman team.
Amari Watson, 3 fouls tonight. He's had a great defensive effort.
2 from the line. And the lead is 16, Hepting. Shaw passes up a 3 for a layup, which was missed. Three ball, way off the mark.
If you're,
It's Foster, the freshman.
that was a frustration foul there from Foster.
Yes, it
After
was.
airballing that 3.
Connor Hepting's going to shoot some free throws.
But truth be told, Foster was wide open on that 3, and that's something Loyola can't allow if they want to keep this lead.
Uncharacteristic miss, though. He has made a triple, and actually I believe 2 in this game.
Foster, the only freshman on either team.
He's getting substantial minutes as well. Shows what the coach of Gilman shows the confidence that he has in the freshman. Kind of a sub for Gilman after this free throw. Michael Willis is going to check in. Halby hits them both.
Willis now in for the 6'4" Chiaran Sandy. Gilman trying to conserve the time here on the clock.
Now a lineup full of shooters for Gilman.
Yeah, Gilman has definitely switched to the small lineup here. Trying to keep their best shooters on the floor.
Pass inside, knocked away.
Off of Cameron Shaw to the Gilman ball.
Now we got another sub here. Darby's going to check in. Foster, the freshman, coming out. Hepting takes a spill, and he'll be called for a foul.
Hepting's been very aggressive so far this game. He hasn't played that many minutes, but that's a second foul. It'll be Michael Willis to the line for Gilman. Six and a half minutes left in the game. The Dons hold a 16-point lead over the Greyhounds.
Pass off of the foot of Darby. Loyola will get another crack at this inbound. Inbound pass goes to Hepting. Patrick Norris. Hepting in the corner, Shaw wide open.
Brandon Madison on the rebound. Another one of the Greyhounds' key players.
And if you're Loyola, you got to avoid turnovers like that, but you also have to use the clock to your advantage.
Right, I mean, you want to make sure you drag out the clock here. I mean, there's no need to rush with a 16-point lead and 6 minutes left.
Pass up top is handled by Rucker. Comes a screen, Rucker pass into the corner. Tapped out. Madison. A nice pass.
Charge taken by Chidnake.
Great effort play there.
That'll be the third foul for Brandon Madison. A slight delay here as they wipe the court.
5 minutes, 50 seconds still left in this one. Still some time for Gilman to make a run.
Right, and if you're Loyola, you just got to keep playing good defense here for the remainder of this game.
And every basket gets them one step closer to a victory.
And so does every second, for that matter.
Shaw to
Loyola
Norris,
has been
and now
good on
you've
the
got
press
an
break
advantage.
here.
Norris with a
good
slick
pass to
feed.
Nake.
Chid. Good court vision there from Norris.
Right, and the Dons have done a very good job breaking the press tonight.
Yes, they have. Gilman's applied that full court pressure, and it hasn't really been a problem. Actually played to Loyola's advantage because once you break that press, you have a advantage.
Right, and they just got a 2-on-1 there down under the basket, and they'll be able to get some free throws here because of it.
Loyola back on defense, and Gilman's going to look to push the pace here with Rucker. Steps into a three, can't knock it down. Hallaby has it in stride. Hallaby looks for the layup and banks it in.
Hallaby, that was a quick coast-to-coast there.
Hallaby's got that speed. Now Rucker will look to push the pace again, and he's fouled by Shaw. Now we'll have a
Gilman's
sub
starting to
coming
look a
in.
bit desperate on offense here.
Ronald Fisher, along with Alex Ballman, are going to check in.
Now, do you think if you're Owen Daly, the Gilman head coach, do you think you're giving up on this game? Because we're seeing two players check in now who haven't played all game. You're down by 20 points, 5 minutes left. What are you thinking now?
Well, you got to put in some shooters now because threes are what you need. Taking it to the basket's nice and all, but you got to get the threes. There's really what's going to cut into the lead. A 19-point game.
5.5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter.
2 from the line.
And Gilman will set up in the full court press. They only have one back. If the Dons can succeed in breaking it again, they should get another 2-on-1.
Rucker's done a load of the scoring for Gilman and has played pretty much the entire game.
Dons just managing to get it over half court in time.
Hepting sees the edge.
And once again, a successful press break. Set up a possession here.
Norris out to Hepting, up top Shaw. Got inside. Another rebound for Norris.
Head coach Diwali yelling at the Dons to slow it down. And that was just not a very good shot there from Patrick Norris, rushing the play. You can see Diwali looks very upset about that one.
But a good possession still from Loyola. And an offensive foul.
The second charge by Chid Nake tonight. And Nake looks like he could be winded here. He's limping a bit. And Kenny Lewis and Cortland Nelson will check back into the game.
May have gotten the wind knocked out of him there. Hepting's also going to check out.
But Chid Nake and Cortland Nelson, they've really done a great job for the Dons down low tonight.
Yes, they have. Kenny Lewis is also going to check back in.
Nelson
Look
with
for
a
him to play.
double-double.
Look for him
And
to play.
Nake with 2 charges.
Inside to Nelson, and he goes up with it, misses the layup. Lewis on the floor. And a good take that time by Rucker.
And Rutgers looks like he's getting a little desperate. That's been 2 or 3 times he's really made kind of wild charges to the basket.
Beautiful pass from Hallaby.
Now, Loyola's press break offense has really been in fantastic form tonight.
And that's good.
First points of the game for Alex Bauman.
His foot was on the line, so it's only going to be a 2, but still a nice play for Gilman. That was nearly a steal. Now you got to get it across. Throw it to Lewis. And a timeout called by Coach Diwali.
And Diwali right now, if you're head coach Joshua Diwali, you just want to settle this team down. They've taken 2 shots now without running down the clock. And that's the last thing they want to do.
Now, if you're Loyola, I'm using at least 20 seconds every time I get the ball because if you can milk the clock, you're not going to let Gilman get back into this game.
Yeah, there's only 3:41 remaining. Loyola's a 15-point lead, so as long as they can stall, they should be able to prevent Gilman from getting back into this game.
Impressive performance for the Dons, very strong as they lost to Mount St. Joe, which could have maybe brought the team morale down a bit, but it seems that they've bounced back nicely.
Right, but Loyola is 3-1 in their last 4.
And most likely they're going to earn a nice win here tonight.
Right, their next game coming up is Friday against Spalding at 7 p.m.
Big game there.
You can hear Joshua Diwali telling Loyola to play smart. That means using the clock, taking good shots, and not wasting any possessions.
And the last thing you need now for Loyola is turnovers. That's just giving Gilman easy chances to get back into this game.
And that's been one of the reasons why Loyola's been playing so well, is that they've managed to cut down on their turnovers, and Gilman has made several turnovers.
On
They've had
Gilman's
several
side,
traveling violations, and they've also had several bad possessions.
yes, they have some bad shots for Gilman. Deep contested threes early in the shot clock. It's not what you need on your team. Lewis thought about a three, now takes it baseline inside, and he stepped on the line.
Again, that's not what you need if you're Loyola.
The rare turnover from Loyola tonight. And now they'll have to set up their defense.
Rucker,
Gilman need a
guarded
quick
by
hitter
Nelson.
here. In the corner, Madison. Rucker nearly stripped by Hallaby.
And that is the third charge called against Rucker tonight. He's really been getting aggressive in these last 4 minutes, but that is his fourth foul. He's been on the court almost the whole game, so if Gilman loses him, they could be out of this game.
Yes, they could. He's done the bulk of their scoring. Hallaby with a good handle. Threw it away.
Willis on the steal, can't get a handle on it.
Gilman missing that time. Shaw looks to push the pace and will
Shaw,
slow it
you can
down.
hear Kenny Lewis yelling at him to wait. 3 minutes left in the game. 15-point lead for Loyola.
In the post with Nelson. Nelson goes up.
Lewis went flying there.
Nelson will shoot two.
Loyola does have a double bonus.
Missed free throw by Nelson. Now Ehrlich's going to check back in.
Ronald Fisher, the junior, back on the bench for Gilman. Nelson 0 for 2 from the free throw line that time, but he has had a great game.
Barker inside. Madison. Pull up, no good. Tapped out to Lewis.
Lewis wisely decides to hold the ball there.
They'll bring it across half court. Hallaby. And they're going to wind down the clock here as we approach the 2-minute mark. Shaw off the mark. Norris comes in and grabs it. And Coach Chevalier has a bird of timeout as Norris couldn't find anybody in the corner.
Yeah, that was a great play by Patrick Norris there. 2 minutes left, and they managed to get an offensive rebound. And that could be the first step towards sealing the Greyhounds out of ever being able to make a comeback.
And pretty interesting here. Last game, of course, last time Loyola won against Calvert Hall, Kenny Lewis had 45, did pretty much all the scoring, him and Hallaby. And now we've got really a team effort. Nelson's chipped in a little bit. Nake has some nice baskets. Hallaby, of course. Watson. Kenny, of course, still has some points. But it's been more of a team effort for the Dons this
year.
year.
You also can't underestimate the inside factor here for Loyola. They've really dominated in the paint. A lot of offensive rebounds tonight by Nelson and Norris, and they really managed to prevent the Greyhounds from ever being able to get any second chance possessions.
And really that first quarter just did the Greyhounds in.
Yeah, they did make a comeback in the second quarter, but Loyola has looked dominant.
Shaw steps it back, 20 to shoot. Norris finds a cutter, and the basket will count. Nice pass from Norris, and Kenny's going to shoot one.
Right, the Dons have really shown some great team chemistry tonight.
Yes, they have. Just a free-flowing kind of game, and it's going to most likely be a nice win for them.
1:50 to play. Loyola with a 17-point lead. Jalen Rucker checking out of the game for Gilman.
Lewis's free throw is good. Florenzo is going to check in for the Dons. 3 ball. Drew Ehrlich.
Drew Ehrlich has had a good game.
Kenny brings it up. Shaw, that was nearly a steal. Shaw keeps going all the way. Can't score it. Norris on the follow.
Once again, that inside the paint factor for Loyola, Patrick Norris, has been fabulous for them tonight.
Tough defense on the inside from the Dons. Shaw knocks it away. Kenny Lewis checks out for the final time.
Yep, and now it looks like it'll be Brandon Madison and Michael Willis checking out. So now Gilman with an almost all backup lineup in. It looks like they could be expecting this game to be a loss. John Filippo with the ball.
And Gilman stepped on the line.
No, it actually was a foul on Corlin Nelson. That's
Oh,
his
it's
third
actually going to
foul.
be a foul. Still a minute left in this one.
And John Filippo just checked into the game, but he'll be able to get some foul shots here.
Coming in off the bench, cold turkey. And he misses the first one. And Loyola has to be ready for some full court pressure by Gilman. If they can break the press, they should be fine. Second free throw. Rattles around and goes in.
Only 1:08 remaining.
Lorenzo gets it to Hallaby. He'll dish it off. Nelson. Another basket.
Great game.
78 to 60. And concluding, it's going to be a great win for Loyola here.
.48 seconds to play. Gilman to inbound.
Up top.
Quick three.
There's a 3, way off. Quick release there. Nelson pushes, takes it inside, and scores.
Nelson's just feeling it tonight.
Great use of the strength tonight. There's a 3. Off the mark. Nelson gets it, and no shot clock. Loyola can just dribble it out.
And that will be the game. Loyola has played really, really well tonight.
Yes, they did.
It's helped that Gillen's made some pretty bad turnovers, but Loyola's also had some very good defense.
In the final 5 seconds, Shaw dribbles it out. A great win for the Dons tonight.
Now, next game for Loyola is February 10th, this Friday versus Spalding, 7 p.m.
And that just about does it. Loyola gets the nice win tonight over Gilman. I'm Carson Ware. Matt Smolka was with me. Good night, everybody.